Where's my kid?
She'll come in.
Welcome, everyone, for joining us for the grand opening of the brand new Mikvah Vega. We are so excited to be sharing this monumentous occasion
Pointed in the right
with
direction.
all of you, my dear friends, family, community, to
Sure, what are
celebrate
you doing?
the opening
Sure, what are you
of
doing?
County's
Sure, stop it.
very first
Shira,
built-in
stop it.
beautiful
What are you doing?
spa Mikvah. When we first moved out, we knew one of the first things that we are going to need to do is build a mikvah. As a matter of fact, before we were even approved to be able to move out and start a Chabad Jewish center out in Humboldt County, I spoke to my personal rabbi, my mashpia, and he told me that you can't move to a place that doesn't have a mikvah. A mikvah is so crucial to the Jewish infrastructure and life that you can't go to a place that doesn't have a mikvah. I met wonderful Jewish people out there. And it's a very underserved area Jewishly. What are they going to do? There's one exception. You can move to a place that doesn't have a mikvah if you have imminent plans to build a mikvah right away. So, of course, being young and optimistic and perhaps a little bit of healthy naivety, we went out with imminent plans to build a mikvah right away. And when we first came, we didn't want to sign a year lease because we needed to move into a property and start building. We'll start digging, get the shovels. And after looking at every house on the market for a couple years, we finally found a place that we could build on that would work for both the community and to be able to build a mikvah.
That's all. There you go. That help?
But then the challenge was to explain the concept of mikvah to the wonderful Jewish people living here. Now, when we spoke about mikvah with a certain friend who was living here, he said, "You have Mayim Chaim right next door to the living waters of the ocean. What do you need to build a mikvah for?" And although it's true that an ocean has the spiritual qualities of sanctification and purification that a mikvah has, in order to get a proper immersion in mikvah, it's very difficult to do that in a natural body of water. But what is a mikvah? If I got $1 for every time somebody asked me, "What are you building? What's a mikvah?" we wouldn't have to fundraise at all. In order to explain what a mikvah is, we have to go back in time to the very, very beginning. The Torah opens up with the world in existence and there being water everywhere. It talks about the separation of the higher waters and the lower waters. But even before talking about the creation of water, it talks about what God did with that primordial water. The very first word in the Torah, Bereshis, in the beginning, or sages say, include the creation of everything. But besides for that, in introduction and general catch-all that everything was created ex nihilo in that one moment, the world always has that. And water has a very special spiritual quality from before creation. to be able to birth new life and new energy into our existence. And so, God created the world in such a way where there's a possibility of separation, a possibility of contamination. Our minds, our hearts are not always pure. But God gave us a tool, a special cleansing process called a mikvah, in which we can renew ourselves and rejuvenate into the primordial waters of the divine life. We're going to talk more about what this mikvah is and why it's so special and crucial for a Jewish community to have a mikvah. First, I would like to acknowledge the tremendous support that we got from so many individuals, in particular,
this way.
an organization called Mikvah USA that helps to build mikvahs, particularly in remote, far places. And over the course of my time working to try to bring the mikvah to fruition, I had the honor and privilege of meeting Rabbi Sibiak,
You pull it that way.
who
He doesn't know how to move.
was extremely
Can I
helpful
help her?
throughout the entire process
Yeah.
in ensuring that this mikvah
You
comes
can do it.
to
There you go.
fruition.
There you
And I
go.
would like to ask Rabbi Sibiak to come and share a few words.
It's fine.
Maybe she just wants to get closer.
Now she gets even closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And
This is the food. Let's take a
Wow.
shot.
So- Hi, everybody. This is probably my 70th mikvah that I've had the privilege to open. And I usually come into an event and I try to find, well, what am I going to say that's nice enough space? Everyone wants to be nice enough.
let's stop coughing and big things.
I'm not joking. You go and chill, smile, happy to be. I'm about to be here.
What will you use your mouth?
I live in Photo City. I work for an organization to say, and I have the pleasure of trying to build the photos around the country. We do build a lot of them, and it's really not about us as an organization, it's about the people who help us do our work. So we're partners. We're partnered with the people of Ada and Humboldt County. We appreciate the partnership. We're partners with people who give us the money so we can shovel it this way and support the construction of the mikvah. This mikvah was a particular challenge because I started talking with Rabbi and Mrs. Cohen 7 years ago or so, 7, 8 years ago. I remember the first time I spoke to him, I was actually in the airport heading to Virginia for the mikvah. I remember it was a good conversation. I really need to book this mikvah, but it just wasn't getting done until one of our employees who's in charge of the construction of the couple of projects goes up to talk, you need to build this mikvah. And ultimately we doubled the amount that we opened. Doubled it, and the way that we were able to do so, the help of a very special company. Special company. So I give you a mikvah Pega built in memory of the daughter of that. Before I go in, I'm going to come back up.
Yeah, almost. It's great.
Before I do that, I'd like to ask Shaggy to come up.
Blocking my face and putting up. Get out of there.
His daughter, Shalom, and why this particular touch, and then give them your attention. Oh, and yeah. Today I said I'm the professional speaker. And I just express how I got involved and why you chose this project. So I'm gonna unfortunately me and my wife, we knew we wanted to do one special project. When we came, well, we knew that Nick would be. We don't know how special Nick is. We don't talk yet. And we knew that the community was a such community. We knew this would be tremendous merit for her. And that's why we chose. So actually, when we,
Yeah.
spoke it over, and then you would just sort of develop the impression of which community.
Yeah, a lot of
We spoke it over and
You
said,
can pass this over.
maybe that the reasons that I on the phone so that
I didn't make it up.
different hours. People really wait about 6 hours.
I know it's all
Something happened. You're right over these two that one. So I just wanted to say 2 messages, that 2 thoughts that came to me. One is that we can't take it for granted. There are a lot of people that want that. Unfortunately, if we are able to do it, it's a tremendous thing. We can take it for granted. People, even if they want to do it, they have to step it out. Tremendous sacrifice. Without saying. The people we have, it's something that can be taken for granted. It's from the fundamental and it's right here in the park. And that is something that's taken for granted. The second thing is, sometimes we start to embark on a sometimes hardship that I'm used to it. But you just know that starts and the rest will come. That's not really so not well, and the doctor said that doctor said that if you can picture, you're not looking at the part. She passed her 3 years ago, she was 25. So, you see from there, one of the things that your part, you hang, you be strong, and the rest is your pressure. But I feel the same about this community, we gotta make it going and permits and things, things that have to get going. But once, it was amazing that once they finished it, a lot of rules about it that you get. The rain was to come, and I remember when we finished the project, we said that, it's done, but there's one thing you have to be careful. It can take months. Exterior of California, where we're that sometimes you just don't get rain. Literally, when the rabbi came and gave the okay, that we could collect rainwater, I don't think that whole week it before. Said that we have so much water that we're good to go. But you see, sometimes things that look like it's beyond our control or whatever, but we the part. The rest, we leave up to the one above. Thanks for hearing me, and thanks for inviting me. And it's whatever we heard about this community, it's now more community. And I'm not a rapper to bless you, but because of any person that speaks to heart, so Hashem should bless this community with all the blessings. Amen.
Thank you, Shaggy. And Shaggy gave to the heart for all that they've done for us. So, I missed a flight this morning. There are 2 flights to Arcata. And I didn't miss it. I mean, I was on the right plane, but my plane came from New York, and I was sitting in San Francisco. We came at the car today in San Francisco. I went to all the rental agencies, and then we took an Uber up here. And I gotta tell you something. When Mrs. Owen told me about that long, miserable drive to Mikvah along this windy road. It was boy, do I know what you're talking about. But along the way, I had a fascinating experience. See, I missed the flight, and I sprinted. I sprinted from getting out of my plane to the gate, and as I'm getting out, they're disconnecting, and because it's too late, like 2 minutes, fellow. Another fellow comes running up and he's like huffing and puffing as I was, and I said, "From the plane, right?" He goes, "Yeah." So in the end, we shared the Uber up the road. So you had a Bronx-born individual, not myself. He's a dealer in marijuana for 12 years. Marijuana is not illegal. Marijuana is not illegal for 12 years. So, but he's been in the business for 12 years now. We had a Brazilian taxi driver. I said, "Boy, we're gonna have a fun trip." And we did. And along the way, I said, "So what do you do?" Now, I know he's a marijuana dealer, he's an Uber driver. What do I do? Well, I was like, "Oh, what's a Mikvah?" And we got together. Married 27 years, huh? Thank God. 8 kids, huh? Thank God. How do you keep your interest? Honest. I couldn't have written the speech. I couldn't have done it. And I said to him, "Well, let's go back to the Mikvah again." And I'm going to get there. But seriously speaking, if I were, and I'm not, I don't purport to be, and I'm not divine, okay? But if I were divine and I wanted to create a world where we're going to create this world where I'm going to have one group who is enjoined to reach a higher standard. And that standard is set to set the moral standard for the world. And I'm going to give this group its marching orders. So what did God do? I'm not. What did God do? God He created a world where there is a unique blend of physical and spiritual. We have our bodies and we have our neshama, our souls. And our job is to meld the two in the service of Hashem, and through that sanctify the composite in the service of Hashem and in the service of a fellow man. You all know, except the ones who are not married, but we all understand that a stable, healthy marriage is imperative for the success of the family unit as we know it. We know this. We know how important it is. We know that in the spiritual world, you need to have a spiritual, you have to be synced properly with all you're doing, and that's part of our work. It doesn't come easy. Parenting doesn't come easy. I still lose my temper at my kids.
Want me to pull it for you?
Sometimes I should apologize, but parenting doesn't come easy. Nothing in life comes easy. Things that you want to be successful at, you have to work hard at, and that's how you grow your physical muscles and your spiritual muscles and your energy. That's how you do it by working at what you want to do, right? So Hashem gave us a recipe, and I'm speaking only to the here and now. I think to the oh, hear me out. Hashem gave us a recipe that I'm going to give you something that is going to allow you to meld the spiritual and the physical in the service of God and in the service of your fellow man. And in the service of the children, ultimately, it's all about our kids. Every parent is here for the kids. That's what we do. That's what we want to do. And how do we do it? So Hashem said, I will give you the ingredient. That recipe is going to be you use Mikvah, whether you understand it or not. And if there is an understanding, I'm going to touch on that. But when you understand that you use a Mikvah, and you're going to foster in yourselves, and this is what I told the taxi driver and my partner in the car. I was not smoking. but you use a Mikvah in the proper way, as by the Torah, and you're going to build that healthy marriage. You're going to have that healthy spiritual sync of the physical and the spiritual, and you get to transform it into a wonderful, wonderful. Not mixture, a composite of a successful way to have goals. You can have that wonderful marriage. You can raise normal, well-adjusted children. It's not an absolute, by the way. I'll be a horrible parent, I'll be a horrible parent anyhow, but this is a critical ingredient that really gets to that point. It's like stability on steroids, if you want to call it that. You'll have that healthy marriage. You'll have that, those children are necessary. You have the stability that children need, and you really have a good, solid spiritual base to build on. But ultimately, Mikvah is not just about a good marriage. It's not. That's a byproduct of Mikvah is about our spiritual connection to Hashem. Now, just talk about that for a minute. Honestly, if you're going to explain the nuts and bolts of Mikvah, the rabbi speaking about the water and the purity of water, and I get it, but I couldn't make this up. It just doesn't resonate in my brain. I don't understand it. But I'll tell you this, okay? Working with Mikvah 13 years now, I've seen absolute miracles. I'm going to pick. I was just talking to someone about a Mikvah in Cherry Hill, New
Like
Jersey.
ram the sugar.
Right? Okay. Mikvah in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm starting from the back. I want to show you how I know that it's important. My gut, I know it's important, and then why it's important.
So yes, I'm safe.
We built the Mikvah in Cherry Hill.
Sorry, just ram the sugar.
The contractor
It's 104.
come to the groundbreaking because he did. He came to the grand opening event like this one. That night, his son got engaged. Someone called Lapel gave the waiting room in the Mikvah as a source of merit for the family. Their 45-year-old son got engaged 2 days before the Mikvah opened. There is a popular wedding hall owner in Brooklyn whose daughter was not able to have children until 9.5 months after her family and friends gave Mikvah bar, the dipping pool, the pool, as a source of merit. She had a child, a baby, 9.5 months later. There was a woman who was involved in the Mikvah from the community, and like the Cohens or someone here who might have been helping the community. Her daughter had been married for 9 years. 9.5 months after the night of 9.5 months from the night of the grand event, they had a baby boy. And then there was a woman in the community who was post-menopause, and she accepted upon herself to use the Mikvah as a source of merit for her daughter. That daughter had a child after 22 years of marriage. One Mikvah Cherry in New Jersey. And you don't like the name today. So the point is, I know there's a power to it. It's not that we need to realize that this is something real. Why is it that we use a Mikvah? I can't really explain it, but I can give you an explanation that at least will help us understand the beauty of what we're accomplishing. Men and women use a mikvah differently. A woman must use a biblically mandated mikvah. Well, that's kosher according to the Torah. A man uses a body of water that has a certain requisite size, but it's not in the same biblically mandated way. A woman makes a bracha when she uses a mikvah. A man does not. The woman must make sure that there are no barriers between herself and the mikvah water when she uses the mikvah. A man does not. There are very big differences, although fundamentally it's the same. We're going into the mikvah, which is the source of holiness. There are differences. When is it that the men amongst us will merit using a mikvah in exactly the same way that our wives and mothers have the Jewish women in the world have the opportunity to use a mikvah? They use the opportunity very clearly because it is an opportunity. But when is it that men will have the opportunity? Bezat Hashem, when the Temple Mount is rebuilt, and we will be privileged to ascend the Temple Mount, then the men will do the mikvah, the bracha, in a biblically kosher mikvah, checking for any barriers, doing it exactly that I want to do it. Why? And the concept is a beautiful concept. And it stems from the Kutzker rabbi who was, help me out, someone. Okay. Essentially, a woman who, there are 3 areas in life where Hashem promises he will have a very close personal interaction, or divine interaction, beyond that of everything else. Of course, Hashem is always involved in our lives. There are 3 areas where Hashem gets very involved. Delivery of a child, the resurrection of the dead, and a person's livelihood in certain circumstances. When a woman has a child, she is party, so to speak, to a hosting of the divine presence. Hashem comes here to help it out, to help it happen. In a more intense revelation of the presence than we ordinarily ever have. When a woman goes to the mikvah, what prompts that mikvah going, or the need to go to the mikvah, is her body's cycle. When her body is capable of having a child, and by the next step of having a child is by hosting the divine presence, he goes to the mikvah because right now myself and my wife are on one level playing field with regards to purity and lack of purity. We're the same people. But if she's going to prepare for the possibility of her hosting the divine presence, she goes to a mikvah. In the same way that when I will merit and all of us now will merit when Mashiach comes from Her Yimenu, and we will have the privilege of ascending the Temple Mount to the holiest place on earth and being as close to the divine presence as we will possibly get, we too will have that privilege. Right now, it's only I get to do this. So if you want understanding, that's the understanding that resonates with my wife. I am sure that Mrs. Cole will make something more than available to discuss with you more details. I'm not sure that I built Mikvah, but I can tell you this gives me a great feeling of what we're accomplishing. So we built the mikvah. The Cohens were amazing. I've really worked, I've really worked with a dedicated rabbi and a rest of the community. I'm sure that you guys feel the love and know that you're privileged. And it's up to you. I'm sure that Cohens are going to be speaking with you about this. I'm not here to tell you to speak with them, but learn about the mikvah. I would never say you need to do it. I would never say, but I would say it's sort of like learning Torah. If you've never learned Torah in your life, then you owe it to yourself to try it so that you can make an informed decision. Do I like this or not? Does it work for me or not? But you can't just sit in the background and say, well, I've never learned Torah, but it's not for me. That's like saying, well, I don't like watermelon. I've never tasted it. Try it. Let me know if you like it or not, right? Okay, so my thought to you is that you really need to learn about it and try it and then make an informed decision. I'd like to end with a story. Something happened years back, I think it was in 2010. We were building in New Hyde Park, Queens. And I got a phone call from someone called Frank. One phone and he said to me, I'd like you to meet my mother. And I went to meet Mrs. Frank.
I'm afraid it will hurt if you swallow.
Promptly, who explained to me that she was scheduled for a serious surgery in 3 weeks. They knew that it was a risky surgery, but they had no choice. Doctors said to me, I want to do your surgery. I want to help with the mikvah. Now, mikvah has been the guru for years. Mikvah has always been the strong. So the Franks dedicated a very significant part of this mikvah to his mom. So it was Mrs. Frank and then her son, Chaim, which doesn't do well. They had the surgery, and unfortunately, 4 or 5 days later, I had a challenging acting moment between Nahama with the cancellation. Mother passed away. You can imagine it wasn't a very exciting business. And I walked into the door a little apprehensive, like, we gave you X amount, my mom gave you all this money to care for surgery. And, you blew it. She's not alive anymore. Hello. You blew it, right? I walked into the door. And he looks at me, we'd only met in person once. He looks at me. And he's thinking, he's crossing, you see his face. Who is he? Oh, Mikvah, right? He looks at me, and at a moment, he goes, forgive me, I'm going to go into the vernacular. I'm going to say this in Yiddish first, and then I'll translate it, okay? He says to me, which means she sees her. Got that? Who knows? You. She sees her moment. He looked at me, and he didn't hesitate, he didn't have to run. He understood that his mom, Mrs. Frank, had an opportunity. She was slated to leave this world in 2 or 3 weeks, and she grabbed her opportunity. And what did she get out of this? Generations and generations of Jewish families and Jewish children, and they're coming out of that was open years already, and her legacy keeps building. So my message to you, to people of this really beautiful community, is you have a great opportunity. For yourselves, if you're single, visit the Torah. Make sure you see it. If you're not, whatever it is, learn of what a beautiful opportunity Mikvah is. Learn about the depth of the Mikvah, and only enrich yourselves and family. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you, if there's one gift I can ever give to my children, one gift, and I have 4 daughters, 2 are married, 3 are teenagers. May they live and be well. But there's one gift that a parent would want to pass on to their children. It's the gift of Mikvah. It's never too late, even if a person is beyond the age of having to overstimulate music on a monthly basis. Still use it. Use it once and do it right. But really, not surrender. Seize the moment and just do it for all. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Avitziviak. We're all excited to go through and see the new beautiful mikvah. I want to let you know that we also have a special surprise tonight. Tonight we are celebrating, together with the opening of a new mikvah, the bat mitzvah of twins, Abigail and Rose Remus. And by a mikvah celebrates the femininity in a holy and Jewish way. And what better occasion to celebrate that mitzvah than together with the grand opening of the mikvah. So we are going to hear a few words from my wife, Mushki, and then we're going to do the tours, and then we're going to hear a few more words together once we open up the dishes. And of course, everybody's getting hungry. It's getting we have some delicious gala dinner to be served. But we want each and every one of you to see firsthand the beauty of a mikvah, something that's so holy and so lofty and so spiritually profound that we need to match the physical aesthetics of the mikvah with its spiritual counterpart. When we came to Humboldt, one of the things we noticed is the beautiful environment, the trees, the oceans, the views. So we need to match the beautiful nature with a beautiful Jewish life and community. And the mikvah has that fusion of heaven and earth,
Excuse me.
of the spiritual and the
No.
physical. So
If that falls down.
someone who dedicated a tremendous amount of effort and energy to bring this mikvah to fruition. I'd like to ask Mushki to come up and share a few words.
I'm also not a speaker. Not one of my fortes, but yes, I'll try to communicate something maybe. So we've basically been planning this mikvah for a really long time. And one of the things when we were about to start is construction, COVID hit. And it was like everything shut down. As soon as we got a building date, it was like, we got the permit, and oh, we just got the permit, now we even have a building date. It's really gonna happen. And it was had a lot of challenges, I guess, along the way. I guess the mikvah really taught me how to deal with when things don't go the way that you think they should go, but like how to really work together with your spouse, with the builders, to just how do we go forward? What do we do now? When our shower doors came, they were the wrong size, and our vanity somehow they never shipped to Home Depot. They're like, we ordered a 48-inch vanity. They're like, not here. Now they told us they got the vanity. We already ordered another one, and we had ordered a mirror for on top of the vanity, and ordered a beautiful beveled edge, glass mirror, and in it came a window, like through. This is just like the tip of the iceberg. We don't have all night, so I'll just stop there. But as this connects marriage or mikvah, when a couple first gets married, they're very enthralled with each other, enamored, that excitement, the passion, the longing and desire. Everyone else is like rolling their eyes. And like they're perfect in each other's eyes. What happens, everyone knows, who's married, when time goes on, there's children, there's bills, there's responsibilities, there's just a lot of things to do. Like basically it can dull your excitement for your spouse. You're day in and day out seeing each other in frustration, seeing each other in stress, seeing each other in many different situations that you don't see in the dating scene. So, but what happens when a person uses a mikvah, makes you have a feeling for your spouse, literally, even after being married 10, 20, 30 years, they're like that, those amazing feelings, that passion, longing longing and desire you're able to feel no matter how long you're married. There's a certain pause from the time a woman has her period and 2 weeks after. Basically, there's like a lack of physical contact, and then basically around 2 weeks, then the woman immerses in a mikvah and get dressed up nicely, like set things up, have a little date night with your husband, and try to like really like take a nap before, so you're not like all cranky and moody from things. And the feelings for your spouse are literally like just when you got married. You first met each other, that like, I can't wait till I can see you again. I can't wait till I can see her again. Looking at each other, and when you're looking at your husband, not like just take out the garbage, but looking at your husband like, I love you, I care about you, like that real deep longing, desire, and passion. You're able to re-experience. I want to share with one thing also. When my husband got me, when we got engaged, he didn't give it to me, so he got me. He got a diamond ring, and then after a while, like after wearing it for a few minutes or like a minute, I noticed it was like this black dot right smack in the middle. So my husband asked me, like I told him, I was like, what's this like black dot? I was like, oh, I realized. So I return it, I'll get my money back, and I'll pay you another one. I said, don't worry, Ellie. I said, the black dot will be a reminder that although we're not perfect, we all have our imperfections and our flaws. We should view each other as a diamond, perfect. The waters of the mikvah have something really special that brings when a person walks out of a mikvah, you feel like there is something spiritual there. It's not like just like, oh, I just took a bath and then took a shower. It's like something, there is a certain holiness and purity that you have. And even as, basically you feel like that perfection. And you just like make yourself look really nice, and you try to really basically just bring back all the passion and excitement for your friends. And having a mikvah here in Humboldt means that Yiddishkeit, Judaism, is alive in Humboldt. 2, 4, 6, 8. And these donors here, and there are people throughout the whole world. People here, anyone you see who doesn't look like they're from our community, they're not. They donated to the mikvah because they care that people in our community should have a mikvah. That whether it's people who are able to do it right now, or whether it's people who are not married yet, who are like, let me see what this is like, and then God willing. Basically, because they care that people here should have mikvah, people who are not yet married to learn about it, and God willing, do the mikvah, and they should, have that for their life. And there's a lot of challenges for mikvah, but every effort in the direction of mikvah, whether the fundraising or I want to also thank Deborah Buck. She is right now, right there. For literally like this transforming this whole place, trying to make it feel like we got a catered event when there is no Jewish catering. I know the Libra treatment. And Rabbi Sivak, I wanted to thank him for not giving up on us. Because we all did it together, and we should march from here to Jerusalem. All the marriages strengthened, all the Jewish children born through here. The preparation for Mashiach. Mikvah tour is now. And I also wanted to say that anyone who wants to learn about it, let me know. Please ask me. That's why I'm here. And to learn about it one-on-one, we have a beautiful waiting room. It's gorgeous. For learning about it, you just when I'm stressed out, when I was like preparing for it, I just went there for a minute and I felt so calm. It was just so beautiful. We really tried to make it as nice as we could. And you guys go check it out.
Can we go check the house?
Before or after you don't know.
So I think we're gonna go with
Either in water, right?
Okay, we are going to have special tours. Small groups. We're going to all go around at first to see the opening of the mikvah, where we do the special final touches to putting together the mikvah, which we're all going to do together. And then we're going to have a tour. So we'll do seven, 8 people at a time to go through and see the mikvah. And then when we come back out, we will open up the buffet and we will hear from our bat mitzvah girl. We'll hear from the priest. And so come with me. We're going to go around to the entrance of the mikvah to the other side.
I think you should leave the food. I am moving.
Should we take it with us?
Yeah.
Okay, let me get
Done. I'm done. No, not yet.
honey.
No. Just one more bite.
Give it to Miss.
No.
Okay. Honestly, there's going to be a line to the garden.
Okay, but she finally.
I got a question for you. You look, you didn't right from the night.
We're going this way.
Okay. Hannah wants to lead. Get moving. I'm just